Hello everyone, my name is Amber Marcusick and I was recently promoted to the person in charge of this wonderful sanctuary, and you are all here today to hear a marine mammal rescue implementation plan. We all know we focus on larger oceanic dolphin species here at the North Atlantic Marine Mammal Sanctuary. Pictured here you can see the short and long-fin pilot whales along with the North Atlantic population of killer whales. The information presented here today can and will be used in rescues involving these species in the future. First and foremost, preparing for the rescue. We all know that as much as we love our marine mammals, our top priority is our safety. With this being said, all rescuers need to be wearing a helmet to protect themselves from the environment around us. As I mentioned, we work with large oceanic dolphins that can weigh up to 11 tons. No matter how strong you think you are, you're no match for a killer whale in distress. We will also be wearing wetsuits. The style and length of these wetsuits depending on the weather, especially since we have offices in Iceland, for example, whose water in May is around 35 degrees Fahrenheit. We also need a first aid kit for us, as well as the marine mammals. Even big and bad 5,000-pound pilot whales get boo-boos. We need our clipboard and writing utensils to fill out a stranding report like the one seen here, and any other paperwork that we may need. Along with paper documentation, we also need visual documentation, so a camera or video recorder is a necessity. And of course, we need all our tools for our marine mammal patients and their care, which includes a bucket if the animal needs water as soon as possible, as well as pool noodles for in-ocean rehabilitation and stability, as well as satellite trackers and tags. Now getting into the action, the rescue itself. Of course, we will get any information from the caller who reported the stranding and see how much information they can provide. If it is a group stranding, a lot of staff members will most likely need to be present, and if there is one individual, maybe one or a couple of staff members, and we'll call whoever else is needed. The location of the rescue determines if we will be arriving via plane, truck, or boat. Whatever the case may be, we are covered. Once we reach the site, we do not know how the environment is before we get there. With this being said, gloves and masks need to be worn until it is clear to remove them, in order to prevent ourselves from any illness that the marine mammal individual or group may be carrying. We will have our on-site veterinarian with us who will conduct an external examination as well as retrieving blood and tissue samples to diagnose any internal issues when brought back to the lab. Our staff members will insert the satellite tag to the individual or individuals. That way, not only will we be able to rescue them, if, for example, they are to become stranded again, we would be able to get to them quickly. The tagging will also help us locate the individual if our lab results come back unfavorably and the individual needs an on-site rehabilitation. If the individual or group is able to be released immediately, we'll make sure their behaviors are normal and that they fall into the criteria needed for a successful release, especially if it is a same-day release. We will determine this using our handy-dandy marine mammal checklist for release as seen here. Last but not least, post-release and/or rehabilitation. As previously mentioned, individuals who are tagged during examination or rehabilitation will be closely monitored to ensure that they do not face the danger they had previously gotten themselves into. If they are, our tags will be alerted and we will be able to make our way to the animal and see exactly what's going on. In regards to monitoring, since we focus our rescue and rehabilitation around large oceanic dolphins, they're in larger pods, so those in charge of monitoring the pods will be depending on the number of individuals that are rescued. For example, if there is a group stranding of 30 longfin pilot whales, then there will be 3 marine mammals tagged, if there are 3 alive, and to those 3 that are tagged, there will be 3 people in charge of monitoring the data. So it all depends on the size. And say if it's one killer whale, there will be one person in charge of monitoring that one killer whale, since it's only one individual and there isn't too much to observe and monitor. Thankfully, since we are an international sanctuary, we have the advantage of working with our foreign neighbors on these issues, and they can assist us with when we need it, and vice versa. I hope you're all ready to be a part of these missions. Thanks for listening.